Hi students, once again I came in front of you, right? Very good. All right, how are you? Okay, fine. Well, we want to continue our Merchant of Venice. Okay, right? Here's a new character came, Duke of Venice. Duke means judge, and the new word trial, that is the practice in the court. Who will be the who will punish? We want to know that whether Antonio or the cruel Shylock. Let's see that. Okay, right? The day of the trial arrived. Antony did not ask for mercy because he knew well that Shylock was unlikely to greet, grant him any mercy. That means Antonio knew very well about the character of Shylock. Shylock, we already know that he is a cruel, wicked, and also is a very nasty, dirty one. So he is not connected any mercy, he not accept any mercy from Shylock. And now the case is in front of the court. Before we want to know that, a new characters came out. Here is this. Who is that? Shylock's, that Bassanio's wife, Portia's renamed here. Is that? Renamed Portia's name is also here. We want to know that. Okay, that what is that? We want to know that Portia's, that's Bellario, right? Who was the lawyer and relative of Portia? Bellario is another character, a relative of Portia. And instead of Bellario, the Portia came as discussed. Discussed is a very important, disguised. Disguised is a very important word. That is Malayalam, we know that. Vesha Prasthanayi Viriga, Vesha Mari Viriga. So Portia now transformed in the way of Bellario. She is now attend the court for Antonio, right? We already know that. And there is a letter from Balancer. Balancer is, so he called Portia as Balancer. Okay, he called means, Blario called Portia as Balancer. Don't forget the name, don't change the name. Bellario is the name, is relative of Portia, and Bellario called Portia as Ballaster. Okay, so that's we have already say. Okay, this paragraph I want again read. The day that trail arrived, Antonio did not ask for mercy, because he knew well that Sherlock was unlikely to grant him any mercy. In a way, he was willing to accept punishment. At the court, the Duke himself pleaded with Sherlock to be merciful. Even court judge also say that you take some mercy. You please show some mercy to Antonio. But Antonio is firm decision. He want what is a pound of flesh of Antonio's body. He don't want money. Sherlock only want the a pound of flesh of money. Pound means here rupees. Okay, flesh, mamsam. Okay, that's he is blandly refused. Bassanio offered a Jew twice. Here Jew means here Sherlock twice the sums owed by Antonio, but he replied that he wanted justice, and so he would ask for his pound of flesh even if he first offered 6,000 times the amount. Sherlock said that if you give 6,000 amount, double amount, what you bring, what you taken from me, I don't want that amount. I want the pound of flesh from Antonio's body. I don't want more money. So he's refused the offer of Antonio, not Antonio, exactly the offer of Judge Duke of Venice. Okay. Next this when the Duke asked Sherlock he could hope for mercy from God if he himself showed no mercy to his fellow beings. Then the court judge also said that if you not show the mercy to any people here, how will you show mercy that God will give you mercy? It's will very difficult. You should behave some kinds of kind, merciful way. Who said it? Advised by, recommended by Duke of Venice. Judge of Venice, court judge. But Sherlock don't want such kinds of relief words. He want only the pound of flesh of Antonio's body. Okay. He could hope for mercy from God if he himself showed no mercy to his fellow beings. Shylock replied that he wanted no mercy if God grants him justice. I also don't want mercy. What is justice? I am accepted. If you say that I'm did the wrong thing, you can take my flesh from my body. I'm not regret. I'm not painful for that. So saying, he began to sharpen the long knife. He ready to take the knife in order to cut the flesh from his body. Portia, who had decided to come to Venice and to speak on Antonio's defense, reached there on the day of the trial with her friend Nerissa. We already told this, but if you have a confusion, I will again explain this paragraph. That means with Nerissa, the new character came, Nerissa, the friend of Portia, and with Nerissa, Portia came day before in Venice in order to attend the trial for the favor of Antonio. That means ആന്റോണിയോയുടെ കേസ് വാദിക്കാനായിട്ട് പേർഷ്യ വേഷപ്രശ്നയായി വെനീസിലെത്തുന്നു. ആന്റോണിയോയുടെ അഡ്വക്കേറ്റായി വക്കീലായി പേർഷ്യ കോടതിയിൽ പ്രാക്ടീസിന് പോകുന്നു. So that is the situation. They discussed themselves. Portia appeared in a lawyer's gown. Gown means a black coat of the advocates. And Nerissa followed her as a clerk. The case was just going to be heard before the Duke, and the case is now called. Portia and Nerissa attended inside the court for the favor of Antonio, because Antonio is a thick friend of Bassanio. Bassanio is Portia's husband, you know that. So now Portia came with the discuss. There's a word is here. Discuss. Disguised. Disguised. Disguised means change the appearance. Now she came in front of the court as a lawyer. Actually, she is not a lawyer, but she came in the way of lawyer with the assistant Nerissa as a clerk. So Portia entered the High Court of Justice and presented a letter from Bellario. Bellario is a relative of Portia. He taken a letter. Bellario actually advocate and real advocate of Bellario. So from the letter of Bellario, he came inside the court and this letter give to judge. And now Portia is now safeguard Antonio in his trial. Let us see. So here is the relatives, Bellario, who was a lawyer and relative of Portia. In that letter, he learned counselor had written that the bearer of this letter, Belasser, so-called, it means Portia called Belasser, could be permitted to plead for Antonio as he was sick, unable to come by himself. What is the letter inside? I am sick, so I could not come in the court, so I recommended Belasser. That means I recommended Portia. Now Portia is disguised as Belasser. Okay. So he came in front of the judge. Now the Duke granted this. Granted means allowed this, wondering at his youthful appearance of the stranger, who was well disguised in his counselor's robes and large wig. That is his large wig also comes in robes. Robes means care. Okay. This also the appearance, the dress of the court of at that time. That court, English court, is like that. Or Venice, the court is dress is like that. There's a big black gown, and it is used as a robe, and it is also covered by robe and large wig also. See the pictures, you can see the pictures, judges photos, and see that their hair is comes different. That's everyone is wearing different hair. That is wig. Here is the advocates and judge also used it. That's the appearance of the lawyers in that at that time. So now Portia came inside the court favor of for Antonio's help. You take the letter from Bellario. That means he could not attend the court because he is not well or fever or something, or court granted. And now Portia acted as a barrister and came in front of the court, and he's conducted trial for Antonio against Shylock, and the permission granted by the judge. Now Portia is dressed is very different look, appearance is very younger, and he used this wig and gown and the robe. See the pictures, you can see that. See that big long hair is that, gown is the black gown is there. You can see that. Or here or there you can see the picture of a advocate, or you can see in the YouTube, you can know that all the advocates and all lawyer, advocate and lawyer, same word. All the lawyers who was in Europe. All right. So the scene is now inside the court. Is it? You are in which side? Antonio's side or Shylock's side? If Antonio's side, why? If not Shylock's side, why? I should have answered. So what is actually Shylock want? Shylock want to destroy Antonio because Antonio helped the poor people. That's why it is one of the obstacle for Shylock. Shylock didn't get more money from or exploit the poor people. So Shylock want to destroy Antonio. So that's why he said that I don't want more money. I want a pound of flesh from the body of Antonio. That's very cruel, is it? Do you think that's a cruel? Really, it's a cruel. Even judge also said that it's a cruel, but it is not get permitted by Shylock. We just want only what? Flesh, pound of flesh, body, flesh of the body of Antonio. So he's ready for to take the knife in order to take the flesh from his body. See, and how began the important trial? The important trial began. What do you mean by trial? Do you know? If you want Malayalam, yes, trial means Vijarana, Kodadiyile Vijarana, right? Okay, then Portia's looked around and saw the merciless moneylender. Portia look at the merciless moneylender. Who is the merciless moneylender here? Shylock. Okay. Who is she here? Portia. So Bassanio too. Bassanio is inside the court. You can see the court activities in the film. See, most of the films have court activities there. Just you can imagine that scene. Or the trial, that is called trial. Trial is going on inside the court. Portia just look at that hungry enemy. Who is that? Shylock. And Bassanio also sitting inside the court. Now the trial going on. She read the bond. Bond means the agreement between. I already told there was agreement between Shylock and Antonio. You know that? Yes. Up to that date, you should. That means Antonio gave back Shylock money, but Antonio couldn't give back the money because he has lost his ships and his shops. That's why he's bought money from Shylock. That means Antonio could not repay back his money, and that's why he comes in front of the court. You know that? Yes, that's we already studied. Is okay towards the Shylock, and they told him that he had a right to his of flesh. Pound of flesh. Okay, hearing it, Shylock felt happy. Even Portia also told that what is Shylock said is right. Shylock need pound of flesh of body flesh from the body of our Antonio. Then everybody has now surprised. Why Portia is like this to say? Hearing Shylock also felt happy. Yes, Shylock's very happy now because Antonio, advocate, lawyer, said that taken the flesh from the body of Antonio. She then spoke eloquently. Eloquently means brilliantly of the noble, quietly, noble quality of mercy. Then he spoke. Inside the court, he spoke. Who spoke? Our Portia spoke about the quality of mercy. A merciful things. Kindness is necessary for everyone. You should have a kind mind. You should have understand poor people. You should have understand helpless people. You should help poor people. Definitely you should help poor people. So here is that Portia very eloquently, very brilliantly, very elaborately, very explained about the importance of quality of mercy. It would have softened the hearts of all experts. That means in this speech in the court, what is for what this Portia spoke about what? Spoke about the quality of what? Quality of kindness. That means mercy means kindness. So that is melted the heart of expert in the court. In court, there are too much expert is sitting. Expert means very experienced judges, very experienced advocates or lawyers, very experienced intelligence people are sitting there. They also understand. The people also in the court understood their importance of mercy. We should have to show mercy to someone. So he is very brilliantly speak about importance of mercy and accept that of Shylock. Shylock mind is not melted. Melted means aliga, but all other expert hurt is melted. What about you? Do you have a soft mind or kind-hearted? Yes. Okay. She said that mercy dropped as a gentle rain. Yes, mercy is just like a gentle rain, slow rain from heaven. The rain comes from heaven. I think you studied a Galil Gibran poem, Rain. Is it? Did you study? Or 9th standard or 8th standard? I don't exactly remember. But Rain is one of the poem in your high school class. That's written by Khalil Gibran. Very beautiful poem. In this poem also said that the rain came from what? Heaven. So the kindness, mercy also come just like a rain. It is from heaven. Mercy also come from heaven. That's a, if you are mercy, if you are kind, that means God is up with you. Okay. So that is a brilliant speech. Is now speaking. Who? Portia. Okay. Rain from heaven upon the place beneath. Beneath means down. Mercy was a double blessing. Yes, mercy is a double blessing. It's a blessing. It's a gift given by God, just like rain. It blessed him that gave and him that received it. God gave and we received it. What? It means here mercy. That means kindness. Great kings have always shown mercy. Yes, most of the people, great kings, great emperors, great intelligence, great people are shown the mercy. It was an attribute of God Himself. It was a gift of God Himself. That God give us what? Mercy and kindful. Our heart should be melted when we see a cruelty. We should have to stop that one. We should have to against that one. We should have to protest and we should mercy to poor. We should help the poor. Okay. So she is now eloquently spoke about mercy inside the court. Who spoke? Yes, our Portia. Now she says about mercy and God is connected. If you have good mind, if you have mercy, If you have kindness, the God always with you. Okay, so that's the situation now. Very interesting, is it? Now the situation in the court trial is going on. Now it is a time of Portia's argument. Portia now ready said that we will give. That means Antonio should give flesh from his body, but we should have merciful. So, what is the advantages? All the expert mind is melted inside the court. See the court activity. Sorry, dears. Okay, sorry. So there's a situations inside the court. You see, most of the people dress code is in European style, right? So we can go to next paragraph. She asked Shylock to remember that as we all prayed for mercy from God. That means Shylock, Portia said that we should pray to God. For what? To give mercy. We were bound to be merciful to our fellow beings. Fellow beings means ordinary people, surrounding people. We should show, I already said it, we should show kindness, mercy, pious, benevolence to poor people. That means fellow beings. But Shylock insisted on getting that penalty started in this bond. But Shylock is not at all received such kinds of mercy or anything. He said that I wish to punish Antonio. Is he not able to pay the money? Asked the young lawyer Balasar. Balasar, you know who is that? Balasar means here, Portia. Bassanio then offered him to the 1,000 ducats, as many times over as he should desire. Bassanio also sitting near there, and Bassanio told inside the court, "O my Lord, I will give 1,000 dukes, 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees means a lakh of rupees I will give. Please accept that money and leave Antonio." Yet Shylock refused it. Shylock says, I don't want more money. If you gave a full amount of money, I don't want. I want only pound of flesh from the body of Antonio. He still insisted that. So Shylock refused the Refused the argument of, or refused the offer of Bassanio. He still insisted upon having a pound of Antonio flesh. Yes, I already told. The young counselor now wanted Shylock to let her have a look at the bond once again. Who is the young counselor here? Portia or Balatza. Look at the bond. What is bond? Bond means agreement paper. Who is conducted agreement? Antonio and Shylock. That agreement paper is in the hands of Portia now. She look at and read it again and again. Okay, when she had read it, she said, when she read it and said it, the young counselors now wanted Shylock to let her have a look at this bond once again. When she had read it, she said, this bond is fortified, and by this the moneylender lawfully claims a pound of flesh, pound of flesh, to be cut off by him nearest Antonio's words. This is said that. What is it said that? When she had read it, Portia read it, this bond is fortified. Fortified means it's some kinds of mistakes is there. So that means fortified means here തടഞ്ഞിട്ട് തിരുത്തുക. That means Antonio and Shylock made an agreement. That agreement is changed, little bit changed by Shylock very cunningly, very trickily. So that is why Portia said this agreement is some fortification, and by this the moneylender lawfully claims to pound of flesh to be cut off by him nearest Antonio heard. Lawfully claims to pound of flesh to be cut by him nearest Antonio herds. Antonio herd want to cut. Really, that is a great word given by Portia. Just to read it. Then he said to Shylock, "Be merciful, take the money, and bid me tear the bond." Tear the bond means what is that? Tear, kira. Okay. Be merciful, take the money, and bid to tear this bond. Here she again said that this is agreement is the bond is not good, it is artificial. So tear the bond, tear the agreement paper, and we offer money to you and take it. That means Portia says these words to Shylock. Do you think that Shylock agree that? Shylock only want the pound of flesh from the body of Antonio. Shylock don't want more money. Too much money offered, but Shylock don't want. That's why Portia said that. Just tear this paper of agreement. But no mercy would be the cruel Shylock show. He said, "By my soul I swear, no man can persuade me to change my mind." Oh my God, what a cruel Shylock is, we can see. What a villainy character Shylock we can see. Shylock said that what? I don't want money. I don't want more money. My soul I swear, ഞാൻ ശപഥം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. No man can continue me to change my mind. Nobody want to change my mind. I am a firm-minded man. I want to punish. I want the pound of flesh from Antonio's body. I don't want money. Don't try to change my mind. Very firmly he swear. Who? Our villain, cruel Shylock. He said it inside the court. Now Antonio said, "Ballad, sir, you must prepare your besom for the knife. Take the knife and take flesh from my body. Don't worry, take," Antonio said it. For to Antonio said to Portia, "Don't worry, I don't worry about. I don't have pain. I don't think about my life. If you want the flesh, take. The knife is given to Portia." So still is very tough situation now going on. Still the trial is inside the court. The judges, everyone has tried to influence the villain Shylock, cruel Shylock, but Shylock is never mind. Shylock never come into mercy. He is still in the firm mind. He is still in cruelty. He is still in villainism. Inside the court also he is fair. I want the pound of flesh from the body of Shylock. Such a cruel man is our Shylock. See, the cruelty is in a very severe way, is it? Oh, what a mind is his. What a hurt is like this. Very different, is it? So, how such kinds of people are live on earth? Is God is support them? Never. So, up to that we have to come here. We should have to change this to next classes, next lines, or we will accept in next class. Just remember the characters. Read the story once again and again. Very interesting story contributed The Merchant of Venice by our beloved William Shakespeare. So please read again and again and just understand. Okay. And try to find out the characters and by heart the characters, or you can play with a drama with the Merchant of Venice. Thank you very much. Take care.